For as little as $1 per month, you can support independent journalism by supporting Mieum Media on Patreon. That's mere pocket change to support quality local content creation. To subscribe, visit patreon.com/MIEUM Media. Thank you to all paid subscribers for helping to grow Mieum Media and for supporting independent journalism.
Started playing the horses every day and, just consumed my life for a number of years along with, and, with the gambling increase, my substance abuse increased too, with kind of the co-occurring piece that, we see with a lot of problem gamblers, and certainly in my case, alcohol, drug use, and gambling kind of all went together in my life. So, if I won a lot of money, I would party more, and it was just a vicious cycle.
Gambling can be found almost everywhere in popular entertainment, from films,
The name's Bond. James Bond.
to music videos or television. But behind the glitz and glam, there's a darker side to gambling. This episode of The Simpsons actually does a pretty good job by depicting one of its main characters, Marge, developing a gambling problem. The American Psychiatric Association says that the effects problem gamblers get from gambling are similar to effects someone with alcoholism gets from alcohol, and that compulsive gambling can lead to problems with finances, relationships, and work, not to mention potential legal issues. Problem gamblers are at increased risk of suicide. Connecticut is home to two of the largest casinos in the world, Foxwoods
Meet me at Foxwoods.
and Mohegan Sun. But as Connecticut is considering allowing the construction of other casinos, as well as legalizing sports betting and online lottery sales, the topic of problem gambling is noticeably absent from the discussion, and it's not a topic to be taken lightly. One study found that arrests for embezzlement in Connecticut have increased 400% since the casinos opened in the 1990s.
And it's also a problem for family members because you don't know what's going on until all of a sudden the 401k is gone, the kid's college fund is gone, you haven't paid the mortgage in 6 months because your spouse or your partner is gambling all that money away. So that really is one of the biggest problems with a gambling addiction is you have no idea who those people are.
And they say each problem gambler touches 9 people in their lives. So it's not just a problem that's relegated to the gambler themselves. It could affect their bosses, their friends, their family, etc., etc. And so we just want to make sure that our organization not only supports the person who has the problem with gambling, but their family as well.
Art Mongillo and Diana Good are with the Connecticut Council on Problem Gambling. They're a group that not only helps problem gamblers, but also advocates for responsible gambling-related public policy.
We have horse players, we have people that are day traders, fantasy sports, sports bettors, lottery tickets, scratch tickets. So it's kind of different for everybody. Whether they're younger or they're older, depending where they're at in life. And a lot of times they have like I said, either co-occurring substance abuse problem too, in many cases, or mental health diagnosis. So there's no really cookie cutter treatment.
Stephen Matos is a recovering problem gambler. He now leads efforts to help others who are in similar situations. Part of the problem today is that casinos have evolved over time. When many people hear the word casino, they think of card games or roulette. But the reality is that slot machines account for 65 to 80% of casino revenue. Modern slot machines can even use a player's loyalty card to customize their experience. For example, if the algorithm notices that a player loses interest after 3 unsuccessful rolls, it may offer a free spin to keep them hooked. There's a reason why some people call them
electronic morphine and the crack cocaine of gambling.
Stephen, Art, and Diana all maintain that they are not against gambling per se, but rather they want more resources to address problem gambling.
We are not the fun police. We are not telling people they shouldn't gamble or go to the casinos or buy lottery tickets. We just want to make sure that there are safeguards in place in case people run into trouble when they do gamble. There are lots of people that can gamble for fun and it is not an issue, but for some people it is an issue, and we want to make sure that they know there's help for them.
And I would say make no mistake about it with the potential expansions that are being proposed before our legislature this session, and we're talking about online lottery, online gambling, sports betting, a new casino potentially in East Windsor, potentially a casino in Bridgeport. It's safe to say that with expanded access will be additional problems, and we just want to ensure that the safety net for treatment and prevention and recovery is strong enough to handle that.
Before I even upload this video, I can only imagine what many comments will say. Gambling is a personal choice. If you're an adult, you need to take responsibility for your own actions. I asked Stephen how he would respond to these sort of comments.
When someone's drinking or using drugs, or they're on a slot machine and they're winning, or the same dopamine floods the brain the same way it is with like cocaine or some similar substances. So the same changes are taking place in the brain. So if someone's doing drugs or drinking, you do that drug or drink that liquor, what's going to happen. What's going to happen. You're going to get drunk. You're going to get high. You might pass out. Gambling, you don't know what's going to happen. So even if you win, you get that rush, but that near win has the same impact on the brain as if it was a win.
So what can Connecticut be doing better to help people with problem gambling? Art and Diana told Mieum Media that they want to see Better Choice, a problem gambling program, expanded.
So right now, we don't have Better Choice programs everywhere, and we'd like to be able to cover the entire state. So we would like to see another Better Choice program up towards North Central Connecticut, which is kind of where the new casino is potentially going to be built. So we would like to make sure that the whole state is covered.
It's an awareness issue, primarily. Awareness of the fact that problem gambling is an issue. It's an addiction. It's medically recognized in the DSM-5, as well as sort of the options for treatment that are available to our residents.
I asked Stephen what everyone should know about people suffering with problem gambling. Here's what he told me.
If you're going to gamble, I'm not anti-gambling or anything like that. Just keep it safe. Limit your, have a budget, like entertainment. Like if you're going to go out to dinner or go to a movie, you have your budget, your entertainment budget. You kind of just plan on spending a certain amount and sticking with that, And if you win, leave with your winnings. Don't stick around and try to win more. Just stick to your budget.